By 2050, the percentage of the world population residing in metropolitan areas is expected to nearly double. This makes urbanization one of the 21st century's most transformative trends. The air transport sector is also expected to double in terms of the flights and passengers in the near future. But our doubling in air traffic capacity will occur some 20 years sooner by 2030. What is important to understand is that both of these trends are very closely intertwined. For instance, our ability to align and optimize air transport and urban growth in the coming years will be critical to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through the visionary Agenda 2030. Already today, aviation supports 58 million jobs worldwide, the large majority of which are concentrated around airports and the urban centers they serve. And with our sector's total global economic impact being $2.4 trillion, or fully 3.5% of global GDP, every strategic decision and partnership we undertake impacts not only our sector, but also cities, regions, and economies everywhere in the world. It is in light of these factors that ICAO is so focused today on helping states, organizations, and other key decision makers, including urban and airport planners, to fully appreciate how the establishment of global connectivity through safe and secure air transport services that are ICAO compliant is fundamental to the realization of truly sustainable and prosperous civil societies. And given that ICAO's strategic objectives for global aviation have direct impacts on 13 of the 17 UN SDGs, covering a very wide range of socio-economic priorities, it is essential that we foster close partnerships with member states, other UN organizations, and development stakeholders to ensure that air transport's very positive sustainable development benefits are fully optimized. ICAO's World Aviation Forum is a key platform that brings aviation partners together in support of member states, and indeed it was in the context in which this partnership has evolved with UN-Habitat. At these forums, we unite industry, government, development, finance, and other stakeholders from incredibly diverse backgrounds and help them find new ways to network and collaborate to maximize our shared sustainable development objectives. Through the focused collaborative framework now established between ICAO and UN-Habitat, we are fostering joint activities that will create much-needed synergies linking aviation and urban development. This partnership is based first and foremost on the understanding that airports have evolved to become focal points for regional infrastructure supporting both air and ground-based transportation, enhancing global connectivity, and thus promoting expanded economic growth. The modern airport, therefore, involves a very complex and sophisticated relationship, not just with land it occupies, but with social and economic contexts involving but not limited to passengers, tourism, and business opportunity. A large portion of ICAO's environment protection work, for instance, seeks to mitigate the noise and emissions which most directly impact those citizens and businesses at and near world airports. Our goal with our UN-Habitat partners is to better understand all of the relationships which make airports such a critical component to long-term and sustainable urban prosperity. We will ensure that ability of airport facilities to enhance local tourism and business opportunity, open up global markets and trade flows for local producers, and connect local populations with their families and friends all over the world are both well understood and effectively supported. In this current pilot project, we have selected 5 airports in 4 cities. These are Addis Ababa, Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg, and Nairobi, to be the first metropolitan areas to benefit from these new planning synergies. As this work continues, it will eventually help us to establish global guidelines to complement existing ICAO global provisions relating to aircraft and airport operations and the urban development of cities, regions, and nations which they serve. I'm sure this initiative will generate findings of great interest and usefulness going forward. And I very much look forward to the results of these first studies. Thank you.
The human society is based in a constant relationship between all of our members, making then mobility a crucial factor for human activities and also for settlement patterns over the course of history. Road, rail, maritime and air transport have provided modes of travel that facilitated mobility for persons, goods and services all over. Air transport is now offering increased connectivity for distant and inaccessible regions. The 20th century has been the century of the air transportation, and it has been coincidental with the booming of urbanization. This connectivity has large impacts on economic growth and urban development of the regions and nations. Being connected to the global markets increases, of course, business opportunities, trade, tourism, and fosters social interaction of people worldwide. For over 40 years, UN-Habitat has been working on projects across the world improving urbanization in order to achieve socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable development. Today, managing cities, urbanization, is a pressing need, as it is estimated that by 2030, more than half of the global population will be urban. In fact, it's more than that. Over the course of also of the aviation history, airports have evolved from single grassy ungraded airfields to elaborated airport complexes with large-scale aviation infrastructure to handle huge traffic of people, cargo, and and its derivative in terms of air control, air authorities, regulation, etc., etc. Even industries related to aviation. The proximity of airports to cities has led to the creation of development corridors between the airport and the cities and the core of the city, which in many cases have transformed the urbanization. We have many examples of cities that they have developed a lot of their assets in relation to the development of their airport, or they have changed the airport of ubication, of place, in order to increase the chances of improving its projection worldwide. All that is very important, and it's now linked in a special manner. Urbanization and airport infrastructure, now it's a couple, it's a kind of marriage, which is compelling, and it's demanding a lot of attention, not just by city administrations, but also for national development, metropolitan development, and regional planning. The new urban agenda vouches for a new urban development model that integrates sustainability for all human agglomerations, human settlements, no matter their size or their scales. And the 3 cities that have been chosen for this pilot project, Joburg, Nairobi, and Addis Ababa, are among the cities with highest air passenger numbers in sub-Saharan Africa. And also their main cities are underdoing remarkable urban growth. Understanding the relationship between airport development and urban development, then it becomes a strategic function of planning, not just for the city, but also for the metropolitan area. We are very happy in UN-Habitat to collaborate in this case with ICAO and jointly examining, identifying, and actively promoting the synergies between the airports and their urban areas in a common development that helps both to the airport success and of course to the city success, because at the end we are working together for improving the quality of life of all the people that it's living in this area. And for these cities and these states, these countries, it's very important to take advantage of those so critical infrastructure, because as we invest a lot of money on them, we need to be certain that we take the utmost, the most out of them also. Then thank you to ICAO for this collaboration, and let's hope that we can provide the new ideas, new lights to this cooperation between cities and airports. Thank you.